So based on your experience, what is your advice for intending applicants?
Fix your CV. I'm seeing so many non-UK CVs. I've been getting like messages saying, give me a job now, beg you, please give me a job. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to that. Or they say, oh, I've seen your job applying, like, they say, oh, I've just checked your website, fantastic website, I'm applying for the senior healthcare job. I'm like, but I haven't posted one. Like, you need to read. First of all, read what you're applying for. Don't say you've done something and then we can see clear you haven't, because you just put us off straight away. Because if we get 1,000 applications, it's our job to pick out them quick ones. We have not got time to go through 1,000 applications and be compliant. So they said the rule is you need to capture the recruiter's eye within the first 5 seconds. So the first 5 seconds of your application needs to be interesting. If that is, we will carry on reading. And we've had some, I've probably had 5 out of hundreds that I carried on reading because it was capturing. And I responded back to them saying, you know what, your application was brilliant, or your supporting document was brilliant. Stick to that. We're currently not offering it at the moment, but we will be in the future. Just apply, and we tell them the right ways. But when someone's begging me for a job and saying, or bring me to the UK tomorrow's healthcare and I'll pay you later, I'm not even going to respond. Yeah, we've had that. We'll pay you later, get me the job there. Or please call me when you've got a job. I'm thinking, I've got 1,000 applications. I'm not going to just call you. And we haven't got that time. I think people think in recruitment, we just sit here, we get a job and we just give it. There's so much work to do in it. So much, like, we're harsher. It's like, this is a good day straightening my hair. I have not straightened my hair for ages. Like, and below this is my pajamas. That's how it is. I'm in my pajamas. You would not think that, but that's how hard it is. Like, we are constantly working because we have to be compliant. We're not got no bogus jobs. If we are not compliant in the UK, we lose our membership. If we lose our membership, our company will be done. So we have to be compliant. So we source the best candidates, regardless if they're overseas or not. Now, the advantage of overseas people in the UK for tomorrow's healthcare, we give everybody a chance, because my heart hurts for people. I just want to help them. Like, I think, how are you supposed to get a job if nobody gives you the opportunity?
Yeah.
So we try and nurture them. Harsha is from overseas. He is an international student from 17 to 20 years ago.
Okay.
And it was his idea to help more. And this is why our company works differently, like compared to a normal UK business. Yes, we are UK branded. British people can come to us all the time. We are more than welcome, but we've got that edge because we help overseas people in the fact that when they come here, we help the ones that are here more, because that is our main priority. But we are trying to build our reputation in the UK so that our clients will say, we trust you, your staff that are coming through are good, hire them. If they would give us a criteria, so if they said we need someone that's got this much experience, they need to be overseas, they need to have worked in a hospital, that's what we're going to look for. So even if you've got all the qualifications in the world, if you're not meeting the job spec of that client, you're not going to get chosen. It's very, very important to meet the job specification. Don't just pretend you know what the job is. Actually match the criteria for job spec and job description. Because if you meet every single one and you tell them how you meet it, they have to give you but more than likely they should be giving you an interview because you met the criteria that they are looking for. So don't just make fakey and just send a CV in. Actually put some effort into applying for the job.
People that are not in the health and care industry, can they apply under this route? And if they can, what steps can they take?
I think if you're in the UK, you can apply. You won't get it straight away, I'll tell you that now, because we've got people here that got many years experience, or they got UK experience and they went back home and they came back here. They're going to get it more than somebody that has got no experience. But the good thing about you being in the UK is that you can get hands-on experience and build up to it. If you're overseas and you've got no caring experience, no qualification, or nothing, you're not going to get it over somebody that has. It's just not going to happen. That's like me applying for a doctor's job in Canada and saying, I haven't got no experience as a doctor, but can you give me the job? They're not going to just give me the job. I've got no experience. They're not even going to respond to me. they will ignore me altogether because they have no time for that. So you need to, it's so imperative to gain exposure in your own country, to gain the right qualifications, experience, and educate yourself to British culture. That's so important, because sometimes the way that people are talking from overseas, even though it doesn't come across rude or intrusive or aggressive, the British would take a look at it. Like, I've had some people writing capitals, give me a job. Capitals in the UK, I don't know what it means in Nigeria. It means that you're
It's the same
shouting.
thing. It's the same thing. I think many people are not just aware. It's the
Yeah,
same.
what are you shouting for? Like, I'm not, I don't want to shout. That's why it comes across. So you have to be very good in approaching it. So if you gain the right qualifications abroad, the right experience, the right attitude, that's fine. Don't just wake up out of bed one day, watch a video and think, oh, new route, easy. It's not easy. It's still a skill. Being in the care industry is still a skill. It's a very hard job. It's so hard. I'm not going to lie. I've been in it for so many years, and I still break down sometimes because it's hard. Because I sometimes do shifts as well. One, because it's my own business, I need to cover the shifts, and two, I still want to learn, be up to date. And sometimes I'm breaking down like, what the hell? Like, that was a hard shift. It's so hard. It is like, we don't take on easy work. If it was easy, there wouldn't be such a big gap in the market to cover it. British people would do it, but it's hard work. So you need to have the right mental state to do it. Even when we're recruiting now, they get all the way to recruitment stage. We give them an interview and we tell them realities. Once we tell them realities, we kind of scare most of them off because they never knew how hard it was. We don't mean to do that. It's the fact that that's what they look for. So when clients are going to ask you guys overseas, okay, you got no experience. How are you going to deal with this? How are you going to deal with health and safety? How are you going to deal with safeguarding issues? If you don't know the basics of it, you would not even get a look in. You won't even get that interview from, So you just need to work on it. You can't just wake up one day and think that you can get it over someone that's working abroad in Nigeria or any country in a hospital, working as a healthcare assistant, done the right qualifications, because they're more likely going to get it as opposed to someone that's got nothing. So it's best for you to look in your own industry or change routes. I wouldn't change routes because it's only a temporary job at the moment. What if it goes in 1 year? What, you've just spent the whole year getting support working overseas and that's it. Then what you're going to do? You need to look at senior care worker routes. So just be aware of how you're approaching things and being it for the right reasons. I think
my last question is, you are a recruiting agency. You guys have a recruiting agency, which is Samara's Healthcare Recruitment Agency. So you guys have that, and you guys just started it off in Scotland. So at the moment, you are not recruiting internationally. Are you guys hoping to recruit internationally?
Well, I mean, we started off in England. I started off in England just to get my feet dipped in the water while I was processing things and moving to Scotland. And I was helping one of my best friends out. He had a care home in England and he goes, Sophie, please help us get staff. So we set up there. We set up in Scotland at the beginning of the year because there's so much compliance we had to do. And we're still working the compliance because our main goal is, I don't know if it's going to happen in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We're trying to push it as hard as we can as such a small team, is to recruit nurses from overseas and bring them here. And I want to hit doctors as well, dental practices, which I know nothing about yet, but I'm learning, and physiotherapists, the bigger jobs. I want to help these people. Nurses is going to be easier for me to hit because I know the industry a bit more. Yeah. I just need to learn more about the registration and stuff, but that is definitely going to be something. And I'm going to try and work hard on getting overseas nurses and people in the UK that want to settle, so meet the criteria, because it's very easy to come as a nurse. If you're a nurse, this is the job for you. Like I said, we don't do it directly, but some of our clients do actually recruit overseas. And I did a video not long ago about the top 3 jobs you can potentially get if you're overseas. It's a living carer, domiciliary care work, and nursing. Now, nursing is going to be harder, so I don't think you should go for that. Domiciliary care worker, you need to be driving. Unless you have got money to buy a car in the UK, which is very expensive, I wouldn't even bother with that. It's a living carer jobs. So we realized, actually, you know what, living carer is needed overseas still, because in England, students can't do it, British people don't want to do it, dependents have children, only a few can do it. So Harsh is already contacting living carer jobs for overseas candidates, and he's just been approved one now, and that's for overseas only. He's just tying it up a bit, just dotting the I's, crossing the T's.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah,
recruitment.
very, very strict process though. So I am going to cover that. So it can happen. I never, in a million years, thought I'd be doing it right now, right? But for us to realize what the need was, because we know it from the industry what's coming in, and seeing how many people are coming through to us saying that they are doing living care, we tried to match it. Harsh has called hundreds. If you don't understand, he's called hundreds of people, and only one has said, "We'll give you a chance." Now, by them saying they'll give us a chance means that they're still looking as well in the UK, and they've got other agencies. But if we manage to get that special someone and they're happy with them and they give them a sponsorship, great. And that will all be paid for as well, which is great. Like, they will tell us what the criteria is, or what you need, what you can and can't do, because their criteria at the moment is very, very strict, because they are going to pay for your certificate of sponsorship. They might even pay for your visa. They can pay for your accommodation. There's certain things that they will put into it as well. So they don't want to bring somebody over to come here and then go and disappear after a couple of days or so. That's why so many people in the UK are scared.
Yeah,
It's happened. It's happened. They come here. They go underground. They come here and get the visa. They go underground. 10 years here. They go on another route, like refugee route, or yeah, illegal status. They don't care because they're in the UK.
you're already. And then they make it harder for others that are genuinely willing to get these jobs.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've had. You don't understand, Abby. We've had so many emails from people saying, "I'm underground at the moment." They don't tell us I'm underground at the moment. I've been here 8 years. No, because you're illegal. You're sitting it. How are you going to get a job if you're illegal? If people from overseas keep coming to the UK and disappear, nobody's going to recruit from overseas. I'm telling you now, it's very hard already. People are not trusting it, and also our reputation as well. So we have to make sure that person gets their backside to work. That's why with nurses and NHS, they don't really like. You got more stability. Private home care is very hard, unless you're going for the big companies. And we've got the big companies with us, which is great. And we're trying to build a link with it. We won't ever recruit for overseas for smaller companies, because we don't trust them either.
Yeah.
Because they're not in it after you, they don't care about you. Whereas the big companies care about the business. Like places like NHS, Scope, Lifeways, Aging Care, all these, they're massive companies in the UK. So anybody that's overseas at the moment, apply for the bigger companies. Don't apply for the little jobs that you've never heard of. How do you find out about the company? You can look at websites called CQC and Care Inspectorate. They're the two care company. They are the registered companies. If you look at home care, healthcare, and you start seeing the same names, you will get a feel of what are big companies in the UK to apply for. If they've been established for many years, go for them. If they've only been established for 6 months, don't go for it. There's loads of new companies in the UK. Don't go for it, because you're more likely to lose your job, or they don't care about you. They just need to get their place filled. So you have to be very careful, because it is a dog eat dog world out here. And this is why we're trying to be different and try to help people, but they need to help us. So even though candidates might come through to us, they don't care about tomorrow's healthcare because they want that visa. We need to make sure we get the right people to keep our reputation going, because if we do a good job for these living care jobs, they'll give us more. If they give us more, we can give you guys more.
Yeah.
And like Harsha is working hard to say, he's trying to convince them for certificate of sponsorships. Harsha is saying, you know what, we'll help you, we'll nurture them. Harsha is trying everything, and he's already managed to, like I said, secure something. So it goes to show living care is the way forward. So if you can get exposure in living care, do it while you're there. If you've already got it, build up experience on it. It can happen for living care. But if you're looking for jobs like no personal care, no medication, and you're overseas, you're not going to get them jobs. You're not going to get certificate sponsorship for supporting living jobs, because it's just everybody in the UK wants to do it.
Okay.
they have to go for the harder ones. We do cultural training for overseas candidates with a lot of people, like from Kenya, and we're going to branch it out to people as well. And they never knew that the UK is broken into four. It's England, Ireland, and Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. So don't just look at London, because you're not going to get a job in London. I tell you that now. Look at rural bits. Look at Scotland. Look at Ireland. Like you said, Northern Ireland. You got the Republic of Ireland. You got the Northern Ireland. Northern
Yeah.
Ireland is still part of the UK. The Republic of Ireland is part of British Isles. So don't get them mixed up if you're looking to come to the UK. So you have to be careful that what side you go on. But there is a lot of world out there. Just don't expect it to fall into your lap, and don't go for the easy things. You need to go for something harder to show you are capable of doing it, and that's how you're going to get there. On our website, we've got just the basic health and social care ones, but we've also got senior care ones, leadership ones, management ones, accounting ones. I just haven't had a chance to put them up yet. So we've got over 150 courses to hit the senior care route, the care manager route as well. So don't just look at it as care work, look at the bigger package as well, in the fact that you need the leadership. UK leadership is very important if you're going for the 5-year route jobs.
Guys, if you are going to Samara's recruitment agency, if you're trying out their courses and you just watched this video and found out about them, don't forget to mention Mary Shuttle. So you can get something on the inside. All right, thank you. All right, guys, so we've come to the end of today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and help me thank Sophia for coming along. Don't forget to check out Sophia's channel. Is Hasha and Sophia. I'm going to be keeping the link in the description box down below and somewhere across the screen. And that's a wrap from us. Bye.
Bye.